Hey guys, welcome to the Binge Zone. We talk about movies, TV, and animation. Today we're going to talk about the Netflix original movie Deidra and Laney Rob a Train, starring Ashley Murray from the CW's hit show Riverdale, as well as Rachel Crow from a couple of seasons ago of X Factor. I don't know if you guys remember it, but those are what these actresses are from. Fine young actresses, might add. Anyway, let's just jump into the story. Deidra and Laney Rob a Train starts off with these two sisters. We have Deidra, the older sister, the responsible one, who is the valedictorian of her class, who is getting ready to go off to college, who has all her things together, and she's pretty much has what she wants out of life figured out. And then we have her younger sibling, Lainey, who is more aloof of the two, who is more reserved, who doesn't quite figure out or know what she wants to do in life. And when their mother has a mental breakdown at work and she is arrested for domestic terrorism of all things, right? They have to come up with a plan to bail her out of jail because if not, the state is going to take the younger siblings away from Deidre and the family home. So Deidre comes up with this wild plan, or yeah, I can say a wild plan. So Deidre comes up with a wild plan to rob a train since they live so close to a train station, and they figured it might be pretty easy to rob a train, and they decide to rob a train. Now, this movie, what I like about this movie is that this movie's fun, it's lighthearted, and it's easygoing. But on top of that, it tackles a bunch of social issues that are very hard hitting, and it does so in a digestible way. What I mean by that is it tackles generational poverty because of their situation, in their parents' situations. These young girls don't have the financial means to live the life they'd like to live, and as the movie goes on, you can tell like they're living a sort of they're poor, they're broke, they're poor, and they don't have any money or savings, or even the parents themselves having savings to send the girl to college. They don't have any of that. And that comes from a long line of just them making the bare minimum, whether it's them or their parents or their parents' parents. Generational poverty is something that affects our community a lot. And not just generational poverty, they also deal with corporate capitalism and the idea, the mechanism behind it that allows for insurances to pay for things that get robbed. Like let's say a bank gets robbed or things like that. The insurance is going to pay the bank because that's just how it works. And we as the consumers or the people on the bottom of the totem pole, we get the short end of the stick, we get the markups, and big business keeps going without losing much. So it tackles these issues, but it doesn't make them weighty enough that it ruins the movie. We can enjoy the movie for what it is, which is a fun comedy or drama or dramedy, a dramedy about these young girls. And not only does that, it is genre flipper. What I mean by that is in this genre, you usually imagine teenagers robbing trains or coming up with cockamamie ideas to be young boys who come up with this idea. But we have two young African American girls who both, while have their different personalities, have strong character moments in the movie. And you have these girls in black girl magic at its finest going to rob this train, trying to save their mother from jail, trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life. They're just trying to keep the state from taking her little brothers and sisters. And they have all this going on while she's trying to graduate and go to college and get a scholarship, while Lainey's trying to figure herself out and figure out this thing. You have these girls robbing trains at night and doing all sorts of things. And I like the fact that this movie, like I said, is genre flipper, so it doesn't focus on young boys or young white teens and the struggles that they have to go through. A good movie can take marginalization from any race and turn it into a feel-good story. Not just a feel-good story, but it can turn it into a good storytelling. It can be good and compelling. Why it doesn't have to be dark and gritty. And could you imagine a movie about two young girls who have their mom taken away by the state and the hardships they have to go through? Like that sounds like a dark and gritty premise, but a good storyteller and a good movie will have that same premise and not make it dark, not make it bleak, while still tackling those same issues. Now, Deidre and Laney Robert Train is far from perfect. There's some issues I did have with the movie, and that's more to do with the pacing of it. Because, like I said, these young actresses are phenomenal. All the characters in the movie are actually phenomenal. It's just some pacing issues that I had with the story. And the story's kind of brief, so the movie moves kind of fast. The movie's only an hour and a half, so the movie has to move kind of fast. But overall, it's an enjoyable movie from start to finish. If I had to give this movie a grade, I'd give Deidre and Laney Robert Train a B plus because it does everything it wants to do right. It just felt like it was a bit rushed and didn't get time to flush out more of the characters or motivations behind not just the two girls. We know what they do, but like the family members and their friends and things like that. We could have got more of that. Overall, I enjoyed this movie. Have you seen Deidre and Laney Robert Train? Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. And I have a question for you guys. If you were to rob a train, who would you rob a train with? Let me also know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Until next time, binge on.